what? Value. Is that clear? Now, the last fact says that surface area to volume ratio dictates the type of what? Transport that will take place in the organism. Is that clear? Surface area to the volume ratio, that's what determines. So, for an organism that is having very high surface area to volume ratio, what type of way will it spread this material? The one that has high surface to volume ratio, it will use what? Diffusion. The one that has very small surface to volume ratio will use what? We use what? Transport system. Exactly. Exactly. So now we are going to look at advantages of transportation. Advantages of transportation. What are the advantages of the transport system? What are the advantages of the transport system in the body? Number one, it helps in the supply of materials for cell metabolism. It helps in the supply of materials for cell metabolism. That's the number one. That's number one advantage. Number two, waste products are removed. Number two is that waste products are removed. You understand? In transportation, you can easily remove what? Waste products that are transported. Materials for transportation. So JAMB will ask you, which of the following materials is not transported in organisms? So you need to know this material. So this material include, number one, oxygen. I've mentioned these materials before, isn't it? You need to know all these materials because they will tell you which of the following materials is not transported. You need to know the ones that are transported. Oxygen, amino acid, glucose, fatty acid, and glycerol, carbon dioxide, nitrogenous waste, water, hormones, vitamins, antioxidants, and inorganic salts. So these are the materials that you transport. Is that clear? Now, media of transportation. What do you use in doing this transportation? Media of what? Transportation. What are the things that carry these things to travel? We note that materials are always transported in liquid form. Is that clear? Every transport you have to do has to be in liquid form or in liquid media. So what is this liquid media that transports? Unicellular organisms do so through protoplasm, plants through cell sap, higher animals through blood and lymphatic systems. So, media of transportation, we say that materials are always transported in liquid media. So how is this liquid media? Who and who does what for what? Now, we note that unicellular organisms, what is their transport media? What carries all these things for them that we mentioned? Their oxygen, their amino acid. What carries them? What carries them is their what we call protoplasm. That's their transport media. Plants. What transports for plants? Cell what? Cell sap. That's what does transport for plants. Do you know what transports for them? Blood. That's what you use in transporting your oxygen. Blood and what we call, some of them use what we call lymphatic system. Exactly. So better you know that. So please, on top of this, right organism. Are you seeing this? Then what? Here will be what? Media for what? Transport. So you now know. JAMB is going to ask you, what is the media of transport for plants? What will be the answer? They will write blood, they will have lymphatic cells and all those things. You should know that you should pick what? Cells are. What is the transport media for unicellular organisms like euglena and all the rest of them? Protoplasm. What's the transport system for animals, higher animals? Blood and lymphatic system, exactly. So what are those things that are being transported? Oxygen, good. Carbon dioxide and the rest of it. Yes, welcome. Today we are going to be looking at the circulatory system. Circulatory system or mammalian circulatory system or what? Mammalia. What do you mean by mammalia? Mammals, isn't it? Circulation in mammals. Now, we say that in higher organisms, in higher animals, and we know that a very good example of higher animal is what? Mammals. What is the medium for transportation? Blood, isn't it? Blood. To transport oxygen from where oxygen is produced to other parts of the body like the brain, the legs and everywhere. You understand? You need to transport it using the what? Using the what? Blood. Is that clear? So now we say that in all vertebrates, blood is red. What is the color of your blood when it comes out? Red, isn't it? So we are having red blood. But other things have blood that are not red. Now we see in all vertebrates, blood is what? Red in color. But it could be what? Green, brown, or what? Colorless in invertebrates. Is that clear? You know that mammals, you know that there are vertebrates and invertebrates, isn't it? Vertebrates are those ones that have what? That have what? Backbone. Isn't it? The ones that don't have are known as what? Invertebrates. So it's telling us that the ones that have backbone, that their blood is normally what? Their blood is normally what? Red. The ones that don't have, their blood could be what color? Is that clear? Circulatory system is the system that ensures that blood flows around our body. Is it not? Through the arteries and veins. Through the arteries and what? The heart is where most job is done. Is that clear? So one of the vessels carry blood to the what? Heart, whereas the other one carry blood what? Out from the heart. You are going to find out the vessel, whether it is the artery or the what? Whether it is the artery or the what? So this circulatory system that is made up of the heart and the blood vessels. Whenever you hear circulatory system, you know we are talking about the what? The heart, the blood vessels, and the blood itself, isn't it? Now, this circulatory system could be closed or what? Open. It could be what? Closed or open. How do you know a closed or open system? The closed system is made up of the blood, which has no contact, which has no what? Direct contact with the body cells. That is, the blood is confined in the what? Blood vessels. Exactly. In human beings, where do the blood flow? Yeah, those are the blood vessels, isn't it? Good. But we have another case where we call the what? Open system. In open system, blood vessels end up in blood what? Spaces, known as what? Hemocles. You understand? So whenever you have blood vessel ending up in what we call blood space or hemocule, then we know we are having what kind of system? Open system. Blood comes out into the hemocles and then flows over body cells, tissues, and organs directly before it returns to the what? Heart. Understand? So when such thing happens, you know we are talking about open system. But when you have the blood flowing inside the what? Only the blood vessels, you know we have what we call what? Exactly. So now, before we go on to draw the circulatory system, we are going to look at these blood vessels. We are going to look at the what? We are going to look at the what? Blood vessels. These blood vessels. And I told us that the blood vessels that we have the what? Arteries and what? Arteries and veins. So what do the arteries do? So look at what the arteries do. Arteries, they are thick walled structures which always do what? Carry blood away from the heart. That's what arteries do. Away from where? So the one that carries blood to the heart is known as what? Veins, isn't it? So another property of the arteries is that its outer layer is fibrous. Its outer layer is fibrous. Protective layer. It has a fibrous protective layer. And you should also know that there are no valves in the artery except near the heart. There are no valves in the artery except near the heart. They divide and become smaller as they leave the heart to form arteries. As they leave the heart to form arterioles. So the smaller artery is known as what? Arterioles. Exactly. So that is one blood vessel, the arteries. That is one blood vessel known as the artery. Now we're going to look at another blood vessel known as the capillaries. Look at another blood vessel known as the what? Capillaries. Capilla. This is ES. What are capillaries? These are tiny. They are tiny. They are not as big as the arteries and veins. They are tiny blood vessels whose